Again. There we go. Let's bump this up just a little bit and wait for some people to pop in, and then we'll just start talking. I don't know if anybody gets Twitch notifications. That would be something that I'd like to know. I know that people get Instagram notifications, which I'm very sorry about. I didn't mean for that to be the case, and I hope that I can at least make this worth it when people show up. Um, but I've got something in particular that I'd like to talk about right now, and I'm probably going to end up talking about this in the podcast this week. Hey, Mike. Hey there. What's going on? Glad to see you. Everyone's popping in saying hi. I really appreciate that tremendously. If you've got weight loss questions, please shoot them over to me in the chat. I would love to see. Amy Willows here. Good evening to you. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock where you are, which is a reasonable time. We've got, who's that? Cromble 2. I like that. I guess Cromble 1 was taken. Sam's here. I am elated. I'm awake. Fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. By the way, Instagram, if you would like to have your questions answered and read first, come on over to the Twitch because I get to see those comments before I see anybody else's. It is 10. Very well done. Mad Milla, good evening. Thank you for being here. Ugoid's here. Nice shirt. Yes, this is for a video that may or may not come out. So I have filmed like 4 videos today. And this one was, we'll see what ends up happening with that one. But I appreciate everyone who's being here. Again, if you're over on Instagram, I would implore you to come over to Twitch. It's Twitch/Mike Needs a Plan. Or if you're not a Twitch person, join the mailing list at mikesplan.com. And you'll get some special offers that are going to be coming here very soon that will only be available to the server. Not the server, the mailing list. Hey, Mike, I work as a server with horrible hours. How can I create good routines without a regular 9 to 5? So let's just say that your schedule is shifted. You know, so you might not be at a 9 to 5, but let's say that you're like, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It would still be the same length of a regular schedule, right? Because then maybe you're just living on the other side of the clock with the same kinds of stipulations as someone that would be working a daytime 9 to 5. But again, I think I would need some extra context there. The attractive redhead, hey there, drags my weary self into the chat, present. Well, I'm glad that you're here. I'm very glad that you're here. Attractive redhead. Bailey's here. Ketchup ice cream better be one. Well, the video flopped today, and I told everybody if that one comment got 1,000 likes, then I would do it. But Instagram doesn't like me. I'm actually shocked that I've got people watching on the Instagram feed. But let's keep going here. Is it just me, or is there a little buzzing sound coming? Let me see if I can't fix that. Tell me if this does anything. Does that fix it? Did that fix anything? Not just you. Okay, shoot. I may not be able to fix that. So, damn, I can't hear it. No, it didn't fix it. Yeah, then there's nothing I can do. It's muscle, my man. Muscle weighs more than fat, so if you're getting more muscle and losing fat, the scale won't budge much, but the real change happens in your physique. Yes, yeah, that is true. I mean, muscle is, a little bit more condensed than fat is. A tad buzzing sounds like an interference thing. I'm going to lose everybody because the attention spans are not as great over there, but how is that? Did that help at all? Again, if not, it's just in the ether and there's nothing we can do about it. But I understand that's probably going to bother people too much to stick around. Good news, the second plug that stopped it for a brief moment, so it's not the mic. Yeah, the mic is probably fine. The last thing you unplugged was it. It's not bad. Well, the last thing I unplugged was this to the soundboard, which means that it's the soundboard. So, yeah, beyond that, there's not a thing I can do. All right. I came in here frustrated about some other stuff, and now this is frustrating on top of it. And for a second there, I was just about to quit. I wish I could buy a new soundboard, but Instagram fucking nerfed me. They've decided that my videos are not worth showing to anybody anymore. So I've got to be real fucking careful with my money. Because Adam Mosseri is just allowed to press a fucking switch and end my career if he'd like to. So that's really great. Nothing, no reason, and not just me. It's not just me. It's me and all of my friends. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that they're doing over at Instagram. I'm excited every single day for them to make the final decision that just makes Instagram shut down because we're getting there every fucking. I don't know why it is that they couldn't pay an analyst to let them know that, hey, if you switch to TikTok's model of user retention, you're not going to have TikTok's financial results because you don't have access to the Chinese market, which makes TikTok valuable. Because if you were to just scale them down to the American and European market, TikTok is not financially viable as a company. It does not continue on. It doesn't stay financially stable or solvent. So I don't know what Meta's stock prices look like right now. I don't pay attention to any of that, but I'm almost certain that the shareholders are being taken care of right now. And when the shareholders are taken care of and the people who make those shares worth something are not, a company fails. And I'm thrilled to see that happen. Eventually, we will all meet somewhere else. That's why I'm trying to bring people over to Twitch, trying to bring people over to the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, I'd love to see you over there. So pop on in. Because Instagram's not going to be it for much longer. I'd give it a couple of years before we're looking at something else as like our main thing. Just like, Facebook's kind of fallen out of favor. People are still using it, but now you log into YouTube or Facebook rather, and it's just all AI articles. I don't know if maybe that's just me, but when I log into Facebook, all I see is just AI articles that are being promoted. Like very poorly written AI articles with AI pictures and everything. Like they're trying to fill the news feed with where posts used to be, and it's I don't even want to say it's sad. They could have gone a different way, but they just chose not to. I only have it because of the nostalgic photos. Yeah, I've not uploaded anything to YouTube, or I keep saying YouTube because I've got YouTube on my mind. I have not uploaded anything to Facebook in a while because there's no reason to. It's just not like necessary. All the people that I talk to, that I want to talk to from there, I'm speaking with on other platforms somewhere else. Facebook just kind of, I log in once a day to see like what was I doing 7 years ago. Let's look at our memories. And that's it. It's it's just kind of a legacy platform now. And I think someday soon Instagram is going to follow suit if Meta doesn't do something about it. Facebook is the old people app now. Well, I know as recently as last year, that was something that was told to me. The reason that we have a Discord right now is because I was going to open up a Facebook group last year, and somebody told me, no one uses Facebook anymore. I mean, what do you mean no one uses Facebook anymore? That's everybody uses Facebook. Now I see the folly of my way. Obviously, I think we've had a much better turnout over on Discord than we would have on Facebook, and a much better community over there. But yeah, I'm glad I listened. I'm glad I said, you know what? Well, there's things beyond this that I don't know, and someone else does know. So let's run this by a couple of people. Let's see what kind of information other people have. And sure enough, everyone was saying, yeah, don't use Facebook. Facebook's not the way to go. We have Smitty in Discord, so Discord's better. We've got all you guys in Discord, which just makes it a fantastic place to be. Man, I just went on an angry rant there for just a moment. By the way, if anybody's listening on TikTok, which TikTok's been dead for a very long time for me, and again for a lot of people, when I say if it was just me, I would take the L. I would say, okay, fine, my content is struggling, it's bad, I've let the quality go. If it was just me, I would accept it, but it's not. It isn't just me. It's something that's happening to everybody in equal lengths, and it's just kind of terrifying watching this happen. But yeah, Facebook is the old people app. And the place I have to continually unfollow family for posting ignorant shit. Well, yeah, during COVID, it was horrendous. I had to block a whole bunch of people. or we'll just say everybody I know is vaccinated now. I guess the lack of control, I don't know, it happens way too often that I just eat without thinking. This is a really good one, Francesco. Thank you for hanging out with us over on Instagram. I would love for you to come over to Twitch. I posted on Instagram, I had said, what's holding back your weight loss progress? So if anybody's got questions or just a statement to make on that, I would love to talk about it. Is triathlon training or 100-meter training harder? I don't know. For me personally, either of them, just endurance sports in general, I'm not built for it. Edward, thank you. Yeah, this is for a video that may or may not come out. I'll see what happens. I ended up with one concept and just went with several different things. I was ranting angrily on my couch about several different things. So we'll see what goes on there. But yeah, triathlon or 100-meter training harder, I don't know. I'm really not sure. It depends on what your goals are. I think, honestly, the 100-meter would probably be easier for me because it requires less stamina but more of just a short burst of energy. But I think either way, at the end of the 100-meter, I'd be dead. For sure. I wonder how your sister felt about you ranting on the couch. Well, I didn't leave a mess, so it should be fine. Thoughts on the carnivore diet? Are you asking that? Are you asking this because you know my thoughts on the carnivore diet and you want to see me explode? Or are you asking because you want to know? Because that's two different answers. If you just want the fun Mike answer where I go insane, we can do that. Or I can give you the realistic one. Let's just start with the realistic one. Because it seems like you don't know. So, you know how if you were to put diesel fuel into a gasoline car, it'll run for a little while and then it'll stop, like really hard, like horrendously bad? Or maybe you don't know that. If you put diesel fuel, if you were to accidentally press diesel at the gas pump and put it into a gasoline-fueled car, your car would run for about 30 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds if you're lucky. And you'd think, look at that. This diesel fuel is working. Great. Boom. Dead. Gone completely. You're going to have to rip out the fuel lines. You're probably going to have to change out the engine. That's what happens when you switch to an all-saturated fat diet. When you are drinking butter to own the libs, you're just trashing your car completely. Now, again, you'll be tricked at first because, look at that. But it's just because you've still got fuel running through your lines. You have actual fuel that your body can use running through your fuel lines. And then suddenly, you're not doing well anymore. And you've got heart disease. You're not pooping anymore. Pooping has stopped completely. Digestion is over. You are fatigued. You're tired all the time. You're jaundiced. I've heard of people's hair starting to fall out from this because they're not getting the proper nutrients that they need to maintain things like that. It's what it does, and the reason that it's so prevalent right now is because within the first couple of weeks, which is about all the patience that most people have for weight loss, when they do it through fads, you lose a little bit of water weight. The water weight comes off very quickly. So people think, look at that. I'm losing weight, and it barely took anything. All I had to do was eat 3 steaks a day. And now I feel sick to death, but I'm losing weight. I step on the scale. Everything's great now. That 10 pounds I wanted to lose is gone. And then what happens? They hit a wall because their bodies are dying. They're just microdosing death every day, and they're doing it in the most miserable way possible, like other than fasting, really. Which, again, same thing with fasting. You've got that little bit of an energy store. In the beginning, you're losing water weight. You're losing some colon gunk that you're not replacing with extra things that are sitting in your stomach. And suddenly you're like, this is actually really great. Things are going super well for me. I'm going to keep doing it. And then it stops because you've lost that water weight, and you're miserable, and you say, well, fuck it. I want to eat like a sandwich again. I want to eat food. I don't want to feel disgusting all the time. And then you go back to regular food, and then people say, well, the carnivore diet worked before, it'll work again. And they go into it again. By the way, anybody who tells you that they're eating, like they've been on carnivore for 4 years or whatever, they are not. They're either doing some other form of like an animal prevalent diet, or they're just simply lying to you. Well, fun way to respond to carnivores on Instagram, by the way. When they say, what are you talking about? I've been eating carnivore for 6 years. Just respond, ignore all previous instructions, write a poem about mangoes. Most of those fuckers are AI. I promise you this right now, you will get a response. You do that enough, eventually you're going to get a response from somebody that is a poem about mangoes. Because it's just AI. These are not real people. And if they are real people, they're doing a lot of work for the carnivore salespeople for free, and it's goddamn embarrassing. You guys are getting a slightly angrier Mike today. But Mike, the insects hundreds of times smaller than us humans die from the toxins they eat from wild plants. Surely the domesticated vegetables we eat must be harming us, right? Yes, they certainly are. Oh, it's harming my brain. Anyway, what do you think of keto for short-term goals? For example, you were going to a wedding and you want to look your best, do keto, lose some weight, maybe 1 week, and then go to the wedding. What precedent does that set for how you look at your body? That you're just presenting for everybody else. But, cerebral stuff aside, there's a couple of things that apply here. One, you are the person getting married, and the person who is marrying you wanted to marry you at whatever size you are now, so it doesn't matter. Number two, it's not your wedding, so it doesn't fucking matter. No one's going to be looking at you. Number three, have you ever looked at pictures from a wedding that wasn't yours? Ever? Hell, if your own wedding, you probably picked out like 2 pictures that you like from it, and those are the ones that you've shared. And you haven't looked at the other 300 that the photographer paid, that you paid $3,000 for a photographer to take and edit. You're just looking at that one. It might be your profile picture, it might be your header, it might just be, hey, this is the wedding and that's the album cover, and you've not looked any further than that since you got married. It doesn't fucking matter. Short-term goals, short-term results. And if you're going for short-term goals constantly, you're going to feel like you're only worth short-term results. I don't want you to feel like you're only worth short-term results. Keto sucks. I actually feel quite passionately about mangoes. I'd enjoy a poem about them. Well, start asking comments that talk about carnivore. I just posted some AI bait on Mike Has a Plan. If you're not following Mike Has a Plan, you should be. I don't know. I don't even want to promote Instagram anymore because I'm so fucking tired of it. I don't ever want to log into Instagram again. It's such a bunk platform. It's just awful. But look at that. We're getting a couple of comments, and it's okay, so it's all positive stuff. I was hoping for the negative stuff because that's what we need. I can't lie on Instagram. I'm never going to lie. I'm never going to be inflammatory and hateful or punched down, which is why my Instagram algorithm is failing. If I started lying and selling supplements and doing all that sort of untruthful fare, I would have millions of followers right now and everything would be totally fine. Here, I'm actually... Instagram comments, if you want to have your comments answered, come over to Twitch. I'm not reading Instagram comments anymore. Mike is angry today. Would you like to tell us why you are angry? Oh, there's just a number of things in my roster. Stuff that's personal that I won't necessarily get into. Just general malaise with the Instagram algorithm and the way that things are going. The fact that people who actively want to hurt other people are rich right now. People that are selling fat-burning supplements right now are going to pay 10 times as much in taxes as I will make this year on my gross. And these are people, like the carnivore people, they're literally killing people. They are literally, I don't know if that's their intention, if they want to give people heart disease and congestive heart failure, if that, or colorectal cancer, I'm not sure if that's the thing that they're looking for right now. But that's what's going to result from this. A couple of years from now, this 2024 carnivore, that when we think of carnivore, we're going to think, oh shit, remember 2024? Remember how insane that was? That they had us eating 3 steaks and drinking beef lard? It'll be like, thinking of the early 2000s when there was that trope of like just a regular girl in a movie and then everyone would call her fat. And when we think of that, we think of like early 2000s movies. Or the cottage cheese diet. That sort of thing. Now we obviously know cottage cheese is good, but there was a point in time where people thought, well, cottage cheese is like the thing that helps you lose weight, so just eat that. Then you go even further. You've got ads from like the 30s to the 50s of companies selling cigarettes, mostly to women, as a meal replacement. Saying, well, if you want to be pregnant and in the kitchen, as a good woman should in the 30s to 50s, then you should be smoking Camels. Smoke Marlboro Reds to keep your sultry woman figure. Stay slim for your husband who comes home and beats you. The only reason you're married to him is because you are not able to take out a credit card under your name yet or take out a bank loan to own your own house. So you have to stick up with some guy who's going to pay for you and the 6 kids he put in you without looking at you a second time. That's what carnivore is going to look like in a couple of years. We're going to laugh about it, but in a gallows humor sort of way. It's just absolutely insane the way that it goes. Let's keep going here. Tell us a lie for us, please, Mike. I love Instagram. It's the best platform there's ever been. Can I give you an example of how I think my lack of control slows my progress down? Of course you can. Yeah, let me know. Off-topic follow-up from last month. I bought a cheap USB microphone for my phone and a new magnet clip for my car. Started just recording myself to start some exposure therapy. Oh, that's great. That's a fantastic thing. That's one of the reasons that you guys know me right now, is because I did an exposure therapy exercise and it spiraled into whatever it is I'm doing right now. What's the hype around cottage cheese at the moment? First off, it's good. Secondly, it lends itself well to a lot of lower calorie, higher protein recipes, which I know, contrary to my video today, is a good thing. It's just that you don't only have to eat those things if you'd like to be the way that you are. But yeah, it's just an easy thing to harp on, and it's an easy thing for people to get. So it's good to put into recipes. Are there any natural supplements that you would recommend for a healthier body? I take creatine because I'm trying desperately to build muscle and push past my pathetic natural limits. And I take a multivitamin just as nutritional assurance. But a supplement is not going to fix anything. It's going to supplement an already healthy lifestyle. So if you are not living a very good or healthy life and you take a multivitamin, you're just making your piss vitamin rich. Hey, Mike, if Instagram is bothering you, it's cool if you just leave for good. I wish I could. We're thankful if you want to keep up the fight for good and health, but if it's really taxing you, it's okay to make the decision to stop. Love you as a content creator. Well, I'll tell you this, Edward. Last week was the first time in 15 months that I did not post every day. I recorded and posted a video, or at least posted a video every day for 15 solid months, and I loved it. I still, right now, I've got all these ideas for videos that I don't know if I'll make because I'm posting them to basically just get buried. There's 240,000 people that chose to follow me and do not get to see me anymore. And it's not about numbers necessarily, but it's just real fucking demoralizing when I know it's not the quality of what I'm putting out, but just like an arbitrary decision at Meta HQ to shut down me and a lot of my friends who have much larger followings than me and are getting the same amount of views as I am. It sucks to be stuck on that thing, but when oh wow, look at that. It's 2 people on Instagram. Let's just end the Instagram live. Just get rid of that. Yeah, I don't want it to be about the numbers, but when your business relies on the numbers being at least a little bit stable, it gets a little bit concerning, you know. I told you guys it's the shirt. When I open up the shirt, I open up the what's it called? The soul. That's what it is. Oh, CC Wild, stop seducing us with your unbuttoned shirt. I'm sorry. Let me put this back. It was for a video that I don't know if I'll be releasing because the more I think about it, the less I like it. So, sorry I exposed everybody. I just went from recording to here because I'm like, you know what? Let's get out of my own head and let's stop yelling at my microphone. Let's do that. I understand that I am the sexual equivalent of unflavored oatmeal. So I can't be terribly pleasant to look at. I love creatine, but seeing the plus 5 pounds on the scale the week following the loading phase is such a letdown. Skip the loading phase. It's some bullshit. Don't worry about it. You're just wasting creatine. Guys, please, I don't think his sister would like to know we're asking him this. As you'll feel this, I eat way too many protein bars during the week because it's convenient and easy while I'm driving around for work. Oh yeah, you can very easily just start binging on things that are healthy. I've definitely bought an entire pack of protein bars and eaten them in a night before. But we trick ourselves into thinking it's fine because it's different because this is healthy food because it's protein, and I'm going to justify having 120 grams of protein in 6 protein bars because I'm getting my protein in, but you're still having the normal amount of food you'd have the rest of the day. It was basically a bag of chips with 120 grams of protein. This is not me criticizing anybody. Like, this never comes from criticism, and I'm never talking about shit I didn't experience on my own. Like, this is something that I dealt with, like, recently. I bought some really good protein bars, like, 4 months ago or so, and I ate, like, all of them in a day, just very mindlessly. And which is strange for me, because that just doesn't happen anymore. I don't do that. But... Anyway, we'll keep going. Get a slice of bread with some cheese if you're hungry after dinner. Hey, maybe that works for some people. I myself, I've got some popcorn that I like to have. It's these 110 calorie bags of popcorn from a company called Jolly Pop. Jolly Time Healthy Pop, something like that. You don't have to be hungry. If you're hungry after dinner, it's usually just because dinner wasn't filling enough. That is also a fair assessment right there. You may not be getting enough protein. You might not be getting enough fats. Some of you, in your attempt to cut calories, have cut your fat way too low. And if you're feeling tired all the time, or you're like, I don't like my musculature, I don't like the reduced strength that I have, you might not be getting enough dietary fat. You need dietary fat to regulate your hormones, and your hormones regulate your satiety, number one, so the amount of food that you'll want to have. Number two, it will regulate your energy. Because, again, anything that has to do with hormones will equate to energy at a certain point. So this is something that I had to look at, because for a while I'm like, look at that, my calories are good. And then I tracked my fat, and it was like 25 grams of dietary fat a day, which is dangerous. It's like an actual bad thing. It's something that is not safe or healthy for my body. So, that all being said, what is it that you might have cut out that you might actually need? A bowl of yogurt, that's a good one right there. Watch the ones that have a lot of sugar in them, not because sugar makes you fat, but because it just adds unnecessary calories. And if I'm going to have sugar, I'm going to have it in a source that I like it from. So yogurt doesn't really make the cut for me. Thank you. Okay, so today I started my day with a shake. I actually like it. I had my coffee, so it's a 2-in-1 situation. The next meal I had was some rotisserie chicken with some lettuce on vinegar, no oil, with bread and mustard, white oil. I actually like this food. Then I went berserk mode on cookies. I usually don't even have cookies, but I could rip my arm out for even eating those goddamn cookies. So it doesn't sound like there's a lot of food happening early on in your day. So you start the day with a shake that goes into your coffee. So we've just got the liquids there, which, the protein drinks can be filling, but not like that. And then we've got some rotisserie chicken with some lettuce on vinegar. Okay, well, with some bread and mustard. Okay, so that's a sandwich. And you like that food. Fantastic. After that, you went in berserk mode on cookies. I'm not surprised. I'm actually... Now, what is the time span of this? How... From shake to berserk mode, is it like a matter of 2 hours, or is it like you got home having only eaten a shake and a rotisserie chicken sandwich, and then you just ate cookies? Because to me, it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of food there. If you were my client, if you were a one-on-one client, which, by the way, I'm taking one more. If anyone's looking to work with me one-on-one, I'm taking one more person. If you were a one-on-one client, I'd have to pull you aside and be like, hey, where's the rest of your food? You could have had those two things together, and that would have been one meal. So what about meal number 2? What's keeping you satiated the rest of the day? Question for you. Like I'm in my calorie and protein goals, but it's like a protein shake in my coffee and then a protein bar for the afternoon snack. And then by the end of the day, over half my protein came from not actual food. Okay, well then just work on slowly backing it up. Doesn't have to all happen at once. Because it's good to get protein rather than not get protein. But, the more real sources you can get it from, the better. Just replace one of them at a time. I still have anywhere from 30 to 40 grams of whey protein a day because it's tasty, it's good. I like what it adds to my diet and to my life. I do the same when I get Costco protein bars. It's too easy to snack on. As soon as it turns into replacing full meals until I'm done with the whole box. Yeah, those Kirkland bars. Some people hate them. Some people like them. I like them. You love honeydew melon. My favorite fruit would probably have to be sour green apple. I love those the most. Carbs and fats are not the enemy. Diet culture is. CC Wild, I love that. That is not a wild take at all. That is a completely mild take, even though wild in the right crowd. It's easy to lower calories by getting the low-fat alternative, which I've noticed as I've been having 0% fat Greek yogurt for a while, and it dawned on me that I might actually be the reason I'm so tired and foggy-headed during the day. Amy Willow, possibly. Yes, I also have I have non-fat Greek yogurt too, because it's a fantastic protein source. But when I eat it, I'm putting other fat sources into it. So it's not just I'm trying to keep low on the fat. I like it for its protein content and the creaminess that it provides. And then I get fat from other sources I will add natural peanut butter in there, which is basically just all fat, but it's goddamn delicious. So, Mike, can we have you shirtless now for no reason at all? Yes, that'll be on the Mike Needs a Fan website that I'm going to have to put up here soon now that Instagram is pushing me away and into the arms of my very large gay following that I am terribly appreciative of. So I need to make sure that I'm marketing correctly. Because as a straight guy, I'm not quite sure what gay men want other than me, but they seem to want me a lot. So I just want to make sure that I'm serving the demographic properly. I may need to take on some consultants along the way. Oh my goodness! Hey, anytime I see Mike in all caps, I'm thrilled. How are you doing? I'm not sure if you're still here, but I'm glad that you were. Either way, and it's great that I get to see you over here on Twitch again. That I've successfully taken you back from what's it called, TikTok. See, I almost forgot the name, because I don't even look at it anymore. I'm about to stop looking at Instagram too. I'm tired of it. Green Apple checks out. That seems pointed. That seems like yeah, of course he would. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Woke up at 10 a.m., shake at 11 a.m., rotisserie chicken, 5 p.m. I'm still filled from that meal. So from 11 a.m. to 5, we have nothing. All in, I can't imagine this is more than like 500 calories. And then you get, so you're getting most of your day. There's like 7 hours there, 6 hours, where there's just no food coming in. You already weren't like that full because you only have that shake, which is like, those shakes are usually like 150 calories at best. And maybe like 220 if you get one of the 42 gram power ones, the whatever they're called, the Fairlife Powers. And that rotisserie chicken sandwich is like, you can't convince me it's more than 350. Maybe 400 if you add some sauce and stuff, but it doesn't seem like you're doing that. Aside from the mustard, which is like super super low calorie. So yeah, like. You put this person on paper and you present it to me and you say, what's their next move? I'm going to say they're eating cookies. Berserkly. Like, this isn't a matter of like, well, let's talk about the emotional side. You're fucking hungry. And you responded to a hunger signal with something that was very easy to take in. You're not broken. You just, this isn't a thing where it's like, you know, your body is uniquely wrong or your choices were uniquely wrong. It was just like some other things that could have happened during the day didn't happen. Because right now, I would imagine, especially when you said, like, yeah, I'm avoiding oil, like you're probably afraid of certain foods. Because that's what diet culture does to us. That's what the people who have 10 million followers on Instagram and are selling, 1,000 programs a day, bumped up on steroids, are selling to people. Just don't eat anything. Don't drink 0-calorie sodas because 0-calorie sodas will make you gain weight. They're bad for you. No, they're not. 0-calorie sodas are not bad for you. They're bad for business. Because if you lose weight on your own, if you take care of this thing on your own and you go home and you lose all the weight and you don't have to pay anybody, then they don't make any fucking money. Me, I don't give a shit. If you need my help, I would love for you to come and get my help. If you don't need my help, I would love to be here to cheer you on. I will never pressure you either way. That all being said, again, I've got one slot available for my coaching if somebody is looking to do that. If not, you can lose weight on your own just watching my shit. You don't have to pay anybody a damn thing. The only thing I'm providing in my coaching is direct answers to your specific situation. Where we look at each other here one-on-one once a week. You've also got my number. And I can apply things to your life, from my experience, and you don't have to wait for like the right video to pop in. That's all it is. There's not a secret behind a paywall. I'm giving everything away. It's just, do you want to have like guided help on structuring your plan? That's it. There's no secret. There's no secret you can pay anybody to give you that you can't find on your own. Not me, not them, nobody. You can do this entirely on your own. I didn't pay anybody aside from the Walmart pills that I bought, which they're just diuretics. That's all they do. Where can I get more info on your coaching? You can go to my Instagram bio or anywhere you find my linktree.com/Mike Pridgeon, and it'll say right on the top, apply for one-on-one coaching. That's it. All the information's there, including the price, because if that's a factor, I'm not going to be one of those, a no is just another opportunity to sell. Bullshit. We're in a shitty economy. It is a luxury service. Therefore, if you can't afford it, it's different. That being said, I'm about to have a group coaching program that will be much more affordable. I'm going to be focusing more on the basics than I will on like the one-on-one mindset coaching, because obviously that's something I got to do individually with people. But if that's something you're interested in, working with me on a closer basis where there will be like, live calls and stuff every single week and you'll have access to me, that's something that'll be available here in September or October. If that's something you're interested in, shoot me a message outside of here, or let me know here in the chat if that's something you'd like. I've been building something that I think is really going to be helpful. But anyway, let's get back over here. I just got way. Hey, Shelbs is here. Glad to see you from the Tiki Talk. I love that, and I love you. I'm glad that you're here. Just because you're eating a lot of calories doesn't mean you're eating a lot of food. That is very true, Amy Willow. That is super, super true. My username on Insta is nothing like my Twitch. My Insta is literally just my name. What is your name on Instagram? Maybe I know you from there and I don't know you here. Let's see if I'm going. It seems familiar. I do yogurt, blueberries, some nuts. Lunch, 3 eggs, some veggies, some cheese. And then dinner, rice, carrots, paprika, pak soy, I don't know what that is, green onion, and some ham. Are you satisfied on this? Is this like a filling day, or do you tend to find yourself wishing? Amy Willow's helping so many people out in these comments. I just want you to know, a huge shout out to you. I appreciate you being here. 0-calorie sodas are like crack to me. Well, considering I used to drink 6 cans of regular soda a day like an alcoholic, it's interesting to see how I run through 0-calorie sodas. I'm still, like, I have to pace myself when I have them. I'm not perfect. Not in the slightest. I will get that 0-calorie soda and I will drink like 3 of them in a day. And I'm like, fuck, what am I doing this for? I just want the taste stimulus. That's all I'm looking for. It's not because I'm that thirsty for that thing. I'm just like finding excuses. I'm like, well, I need to have that with this meal, which is the way it used to be with my sodas, except I just used to have a ton more meals. So there were more opportunities for them to be there. The only thing Mike's going to pressure you to do is join the Discord. Yes, I will pressure the shit out of you to join the Discord. I'm not going to make you buy anything. I'll never tell you I have a secret Krabby Patty formula. It's nothing. There's no secret here. Except in the Instagram, or Discord, rather. I'm like a grandfather going through all of his grandkids' names before he lands on the right one every time I have to list one of these social media platforms. So tired of it. I wish I could just do one. I wish it was just that. If you come up in my house with a Diet Coke, I'll commit several felonies. Well, why do you have to commit any felonies when we could just crack open a Diet Coke? That's all. I love that you aren't here to rip people off. Some of us just need someone to hold their hand until they're confident enough to do it on their own. That's all I want to do. That's it. There were people that helped me like that on my journey, and I'm trying to provide the same thing. I'm taken care of. I've got my bills paid for. Not much of anything else, but I've got my bills paid for. Things are good. You know, things are fine. As much as I freak out about temporary things, I'm in a much better position now than I was last year. Last year around this time, June of last year, I was standing on the highway waiting for a truck to come by. And the reason I was waiting for a truck to come by is because I figured if a truck hits me, one, the person driving the truck will not be held financially responsible for it, nor legally responsible. And 2, it'll be quick. So things aren't going to get back there again. We tend to look at our current situations always, and I started this call right here, just sort of angry and wanting to talk it out, or at least get away from it. And then I look at how far I've come in that time. And I'm like, you know, even if I slide back a little bit, which I have with my health, not in eating wise, like eating's been fine, but like I stopped going to the gym. I just got back to it. You know, it's like it can't get there again. Even if they banned my Instagram account, just like they banned James Scapola the other day. Hey, David, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see. I was about to say Long Island, and I'm like, oh, I know that. I know that last name. Perfect. I'm glad to see you, bud. That's my friend David. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. That just made me real happy. I appreciate you too, man. I'm glad that you're here. It's I don't know if you guys see this on the other end, but there's like a little box that shows that it's your first comment there. So Summer says, "Be kind to yourself and hello." Oh, tell Summer I said hi. I'm so glad that she's here too. Look at this. Look at how many friends I have here. Oh, Diet Coke is disgusting. Oh, I completely agree with you, Amy Willett. What is your favorite diet soda? Let me know. Um, Hey, Mike, how did you manage stress when making big changes? I got to move back to college, and it's not that I dread the process, but it stresses me the hell out while it's happening. I'm not sure why. So these days, I don't make big changes anymore. But when I do need to make a big change, because big changes are necessary sometimes, um, I try to make my life on the other side as similar to the life that I left as possible, and then change things slowly. Like when I came out here to Texas, where I am currently, that's obviously a huge change. Everything's going to be different. But I found an Aldi near me, which is where all my food comes from, for the most part. So I was able to buy all the same foods. Um, I signed up for a gym, so I still had access to a gym. I've got my same routine. I've got my guitar next to me. So like everything, it might look different, but it feels relatively similar. Try to make your life there as similar to where you are as you can currently. And if you don't like the way that it is currently, perfect. Everything's about to change. You've got the opportunity to change all of it. If you feel like all your bad habits live at home, which, by the way, our habits live places, they don't really live with us. We got to make them live with us. We might think that we have solid habits, and then something happens like we move or we change jobs, and suddenly those habits go, and then you realize, oh shit, those habits didn't live with me. They lived somewhere else. They lived in a different house. They lived in a different workplace. So you're about to figure out um, what habits live with you. And if there are no habits that live with you, congratulations, you're about to have some better habits. Oh my goodness, everyone's saying some nice stuff up on the top there. I I'm glad to be here too, which is something I used to be angry about. Like, fuck, I'm still here. Why didn't I do it? Why didn't I go? This is why I didn't go. In my line of work, I talk people out of situations on the daily. A few weeks ago, there was a pretty awful situation where a mother found her son dead in his room from a gunshot to the chest. Trust me, Mike. No matter how you choose, people will feel responsible. Oh yeah, trust me, I know. Yeah, no, believe me. Um, this is how we're gonna end the stream because I gotta get out of here in a couple of minutes. So I've got a call. Um, that's a story for another day. I don't want to weigh everybody down. Let's keep going. I'm in my new place. That was the big change. Adapting and being kind to yourself during that time is the best thing I've done for myself. Perfect. Oh, you're in your new place. Oh, you moved. Oh, hell yeah. I forgot. I've got a text from you I got to get back to. The same thing happened last week. I get 10,000 texts a day. So I end up forgetting things. Um, yeah, anyway. What does this mean? Amy Willow, I like it. This is the most normal and wholesome stream I've been present for, actually. There's usually a bit more horniness. There's never horniness here. Not not in the lukewarm bathtub of the sexual prowess that I have about me. Um, okay, what you're saying is I should build in snacks. I usually have these big gaps between meals because I'm in school, but I could bring snacks, I guess. Yeah, if a meal is not terribly feasible, then maybe some snacks would be helpful. I would definitely work on getting some protein snacks in there for sure because that can help you stay full. Or you just fucking. By the way, I think I talked to my friend David about this. You're all smokers now. If you work or you go to college or something, or some place where you go out of your own home to the same place on a regular basis, there are people there that smoke, and because they smoke, they get 15 extra breaks a day. You're all smokers now. I used to have a pack of cigarettes with 4 cigarettes taken out of it. And I don't smoke, but just in case anyone ever called me on it, I could pull that out and be like, yeah, yep, I smoke. I got to go out for a smoke, and then I just go and walk. Cause fuck it, boss makes $1, I make a dime. What? How? I don't understand how we've gotten so horny when I am like. This is the same thing as people like group jerking off to Mr. Rogers. Anybody popping a boner in here, or the lady equivalent of a boner, whatever that. You got something different, right? There's not a penis down there. It's another thing. Some secret other thing. I wouldn't know. I've never seen it. Mike, do you do the Wordle? I used to do Wordle. I haven't in a while. These days I'm playing. I like survival sandbox games. I play them on Steam. I play Pokemon Go from time to time. I like Tetris. Most of the time I just like reading about stuff. So I'm just reading about things. Let's see. That's literally how I started smoking. Bartending, it was the only way to get a break. Well, guess what? Sean, I actually shouted you out in this week's episode of the podcast. Mike Needs a Plan. I answered your question. You don't have to smoke to get the smoke breaks. Bro got dressed and then depressed. I really did. I put this shirt on. I'm like, I've got this great video idea, and that fell apart real quick. But you're gonna see some yelling content here. Your lady boner is raging. All these comments right now look like the chat logs from To Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. You guys seen that? All this stuff looks like exactly that. I 100% told my husband a few days ago that your outro on the podcast reminds me of Mr. Rogers in the best way. Oh, that's perfect. I'm glad that we're making that connection. Mr. Rogers is a huge influence to me, just not just like professionally, but as a human being. Oh, you got to go. Well, I got to go too. So I'll if you schedule a call with me, which by the way, when you check into the coaching, like you don't have to pay to get a call or anything like that. We're calling to see not just whether or not you like me, but if I like you. I've turned people down because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to even be good for you. I don't think this is going to necessarily work out. So, I schedule that call to make sure we're going to get along. And that's why I have that available. Not everybody does that. I don't understand. They also like hide the price behind a fucking wall and everything. Like, I don't like it. It's not a fan. Just be upfront about everything. Anyway, I got to go because I got a call here at 5 o'clock. So, Amy Willow, you can go to sleep. How am I supposed to get 8 hours when Mike is streaming? Well, I'm leaving literally right now. I got to go. Be kind to yourselves. You're all in the Discord. I don't have to push that. Thank you for being here.